Coming up on UCF Nightly News, the SG Senate votes on the use of student funds to bring Ben Shapiro to campus. Find out if they voted in favor or not.
The student government presidential campaigns are underway. Meet the first ticket and find out why they're running for office.
The UCF Arboretum is hoping to prevent future construction projects. Find out where these projects may take place.
Find out you can expect warm weather this weekend.
And in sports, find out how UCF softball team did against the Washington Huskies.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Kyle Partain.
And I'm Chris Wolf. Today is Friday, February 14th, 2020.
This just in. Students are in shock today at Lake Brantley High School in Altamont Springs. A student is in custody after bringing a weapon to campus this morning. There's no active threat on campus and the investigation is still ongoing. Lake Brantley is resuming all activities for the day. However, a student told Nightly News that many students are going home for the day. Tune in later for how gun legislation has been changing in Florida. A former UCF administrator may be taking legal action against the university. Nightly News reporter Jordan Markoff tells us more on how this termination got to this point. Jordan?
Thank you, Kyle. Yes, former UCF administrator Bryant Coleman just filed a whistleblower complaint this past week. Coleman believes that the university fired him to retaliate for reporting discrimination, but current administration say he was fired for other reasons. The University Compliance, Ethics, and Risk Office began investigating Coleman around February-March of last year. Here you're able to see the investigative process that they took. Of the 40 UCF staff that were interviewed, 30 of them said they personally experienced or witnessed Coleman's bullying. Now, Coleman also accused UCF employees of not following proper purchasing rules. Here we have the unauthorized procurement action reports for 2017 and 2018. These show the total number of times staff members used university funds without going through the correct process. Between the 2 years, 166 unauthorized procurement actions were documented. This totals to about $26.5 million. Mark Schlube, the Director for Strategic Communications, said in an email, and quote, "The spending was not illegal, nor are the resulting contracts illegal. These are procurement actions that violate UCF policy, not state law." The university's performance evaluation reports on Coleman only show his results from 2015 to 2017. Here you're able to see his 2015 reports. Now keep in mind, those were years prior to his time at the provost's office, which was the most threatening, where most of the threatening and bullying happened. Coleman's complaint has been filed with the Florida Commission and could further legal action taken against UCF. Nightly News will keep you updated with further developments on this story. That's all the time I have for now. Back to Kyle and Chris.
The Student Government Senate made its decision on whether it will grant funds to the college Republicans to bring Ben Shapiro to campus. Students gathered in the Key West Ballroom Thursday to witness the vote. Students both for and against the bill pleaded their cases for the last time during open forum. The SG Senate voted in favor of the bill with a count of 25 to 15 to 2. Pride Student Association member Chad Millard says even though the outcome wasn't in his favor, he will persevere.
Even though Ben Shapiro is coming here, hate has no space on our campus. And we're going to continue to be Knights and stand for everything like diversity and inclusion that we all believe in.
Shapiro will speak on campus Monday, March 23rd in the Pegasus Ballroom.
Student government presidential elections are around the corner, and 2 tickets are in the running. Nightly News reporter Jeremy Brenner sat down with Zach Myers and Christina Lawrence to learn more about their campaign.
I am here with SG presidential candidate Zach Myers and Christina Lawrence. How are you guys today?
We're doing well. Thanks for having us.
Doing great. Thank you.
You are running for student government president and vice president. How does that feel?
To even be in the position to get to lead the student initiative and be the head liaisons between the 70,000 students and the higher administration for what I would argue is the best university in the state of Florida is an incredible opportunity. So we're really excited about that.
You know, it's something where I can give back, represent so many different people just beyond transfer students and even just students of color, students who may be women, so many different reaches.
How would you two, if you were elected president, respond to that role with a new president for the university?
I hope that the transition period will go smoothly, and I know that I would say arguably too that like the student body and our nature and culture of innovation here is resilient, right? So when we have a new president that might come and shake things up a little bit, I think that our student body will react warmly to that.
I know in the past when we had a new president come in, it was something that did take some time, but as soon as it did happen, it was really where students felt comfortable and they felt as if they had someone who was really representing them for the better.
In about one sentence, why should students vote for you?
What I'll say is that Christina and I both love this university so much, and this is a large task to try to, or a large role and responsibility that we have to try to assume, and we can't do this without loving this place dearly.
Next week, Nightly News will interview the second presidential ticket, Sabrina and Stephanie. SG elections will take place March 2nd through the 4th.
UCF continues searching for its next university president. Progress is being made towards selecting UCF's future leadership. The Presidential Search Committee met this week to discuss surveys put out for feedback. These surveys ask students, faculty, and staff for their opinions on the presidential candidates. It also gives them the criteria for evaluating them. UCF Communications representative Courtney Gilmartin says the committee plans to have a president by July 1st.
Going. As I said, we expect that the candidates will visit campus in March. There will be opportunities, just like we've had already, for them to engage with students, faculty, staff, and community members.
Storbeck and Pintel as associates, the firm chosen to help choose UCF's president, continues to accept nominations for candidates for the presidency. All nominations can be submitted to Alberto Pimentel at yapsearch@storbeckpimentel.com.
Well, the weather outside's been a bit dreary this morning, hasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's been really bad. It's been really dreary today, but maybe it will be sunny. Armond, do you have more for us?
Thanks, guys, and happy Valentine's Day. But first, per usual, we're going to take a look outside. So, of course, right now it's cloudy right now, and the weather's not really lovey-dovey at the moment. But currently, right now, it's 74 degrees outside, and this humidity is at 84%. So that means it feels like a hot oven that's wide open. So that means the winds are going west at 5 miles per hour, and chance of rain 50%. So you need a raincoat and maybe an umbrella. So let's take a look at tonight's forecast. So tonight, it's going to be 57 degrees outside, so it'll be a little bit cooler than usual, and humidity it's going to be sticky, a little bit warm. 70 degrees outside. 70 degrees in humidity. Winds northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour, huff and puff. Chance of rain 20%. It doesn't get better than that. So go to JAILA. We're going to go to JAILA to do the coverage of Black History Month.
Here on Nightly News, we continue to celebrate UCF's Black history. This week, we are shedding light on one of UCF's most influential leaders, John T. Washington. John T. Washington is known as one of UCF's most influential African-American professors. Born in Immokalee, Florida, John T. Washington grew up to become a prominent UCF professor, minister, community activist, husband, and dedicated worker. He was a member of various organizations, including the Central Florida Committee of the United Negro College Fund and the board of Orange County NAACP. In addition to being a prominent member of these groups, he assisted in founding UCF's first Black student union. Once receiving both a bachelor's and master's degree, Washington began teaching right here at UCF to become a professor of sociology. He also received a PhD in sociology from the University of Florida. Washington actually commuted from Orlando to Florida for that degree. Washington founded the First Church of Peace in Orlando, Florida, where he served as a pastor, counselor to the Central Florida community. He passed away due to a heart attack on March 10, 1983. He was only 41 years old. But UCF continues to honor the legacy of the late John T. Washington here on campus with the John T. Washington Center. They also have a Washington Lecture Series and a Washington Scholarship Award, and plus many more. His legacy continues in many ways here on campus, including through his notable honor society, the John T. Washington Honor Society. Leadership, scholarship, and service are the three values of the John T. Washington Honor Society. The members of the John T. Washington Honor Society uphold these three principles in their everyday lives. Through workshops and community service, the organization helps integrate Black students into the UCF population. John T. Washington Honor Society President Camille Robinson says his legacy makes her feel welcomed right here at the university.
As a Black woman here, I feel way more comfortable being here at a school that's so big, and sometimes you don't always see people exactly like yourself. Just his impact helped them come up with more ideas to kind of diversify UCF and to make minorities feel more comfortable here at the school.
Robinson says the organization will continue to maintain the legacy of Dr. Washington. That's all the time I have for now. Once again, happy Valentine's Day, and we'll continue to uphold the history of Black history here at UCF. Back to you, Kyle and Chris.
Coming up after the break, Nightly News reporter Jeremy Brenner looks at recent gun legislation in the state of Florida.
And see what UCF and the state of Florida is doing to commemorate 2 years since the Marjory Stoneman Douglas shooting.
While today is Valentine's Day, a happy day for most couples everywhere, it is a sad day for those with connections to Parkland, Florida and the Marjory Stoneman Douglas shooting, which took place 2 years ago on this day.
Jeremy Brenner has more on how this event has impacted the state of Florida and its gun legislation laws. Jeremy?
Thanks, Chris and Kyle. Today marks 2 years since 17 students and faculty were killed in a mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Those of us here in Orlando have felt the effects of the MSD shooting for the past 2 years. Hundreds of MSD alumni continue their academic careers here at UCF, and the state of Florida has made significant progress working towards new gun legislation. In the first year after the shooting, bump stocks were banned in the state of Florida, and the age to purchase a firearm increased from 18 to 21. In this past year, Florida's gun laws have received even more attention. The House and Senate drafted over 80 pieces of legislation for 2020, and here are some of the key ones. House Bill 451 requires any person involved in a purchase of a gun to complete a background check. This bill goes into effect July 1st. Senate Bill 94 requires all transfers or sales of guns to be done through a licensed dealer. That bill goes into effect October 1st. The spike in gun legislation laws is directly correlated with the Douglas shooting, which received international attention. The massacre is the deadliest school shooting since the attack at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut in December 2012. Messages of love and support are coming to Parkland from neighboring schools, the community, and the nation. Governor Ron DeSantis directed that all state of Florida flags be flown at half-staff in honor of the 17 victims. The city of Parkland is hosting a commemoration today called a Day of Service and Love, starting at 1 p.m. to honor those who passed away. UCF is also hosting a candlelight vigil on Memory Mall this evening at 6 p.m. In respect to the 17 victims killed in the tragedy, we would like to take 17 seconds of silence to remember and honor them. Thank you. Coming up after the break, the UCF Arboretum shares their concerns about potential future construction projects on its land. And Armond Sarduy will have your 5-day forecast.
Campus expansion and innovation is a huge part of what makes UCF such an appealing university to students. However, sometimes expansion can become an issue for others around campus. The future expansion of UCF is laid out in UCF's campus master plan. The plan outlining 2015 through 2025 shows several big changes planned for the future. The heart of UCF's Arboretum is currently planned for academic research purposes. However, due to this change, the Arboretum staff shows concern for the land's future. Arboretum Program Coordinator Kelsey Johnson says that the Arboretum is an area of campus that is worth keeping the same.
It's a sacred piece of land that we all appreciate very much, and so we want to try and protect it for as long as we can, if we can.
Is that due to campus expansion over the past few years, animals living on campus have had to adapt to their new environments, and some have even had to leave the campus entirely. UCF Facilities and Safety was unable to provide information to Nightly News at this point in time.
Armond, can you tell us what these next few days will look like?
Sure, guys. Well, we're going to take a look at temperatures across the state, and for our viewers at home, we made a special little moving image right here of a shape of a heart for Valentine's Day. So the high today will be 63 degrees in Tallahassee, Jacksonville, home of Sierra Ward, our associate producer, and Kyle Partain at 58 degrees. 76 in Tampa. Orlando, 73 degrees. So if we're going out to eat right now, if we're walking around campus, you may break a little bit of sweat. And Miami, a high of 82 degrees. So you're gonna be really moist and really sweaty. So later tonight is gonna be a little bit cool down. So Tallahassee low of 40 degrees. Jacksonville low of 49 degrees. So it's gonna be a little bit cooler than usual. Tampa 55 degrees. Orlando 57. And again, viewers, please patient to the heart. We made something special for you. In Miami, 70 degrees. So let's take a 5-day forecast. So Saturday, a high 70 degrees. So if we're going to the baseball game, you don't really need a sweater. Maybe a little tank top. Something to keep you cool and warm at the same time. But if we're going later that night at Saturday, it's gonna be 59 degrees. Sunday, high 79 degrees and a low 61 and 20% chance of rain. Monday, 79 degrees and low 64 chance of rain, and again, 20% chance of rain. Tuesday and Wednesday, string of 80s. Tuesday, 83 degrees, low 64 and 10% chance of rain. Wednesday, high 84 degrees and low 60% chance of rain. And 63 degrees and 10% chance of rain. So guys, it's looking pretty warm in the next couple of days, and it's getting ready for that spring weather. Back to you, Chris and Kyle.
All right, thanks, Armond. Coming up, the softball team prepares to host the Knights Classic Tournament.
Plus, the men's basketball team took on Wichita State. See how they fared.
And the UCF baseball team kicks off their season tonight. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, Knights fans. I'm Jasmine Haynes, and here's your UCF Sports Update. The UCF men's basketball team lost to Wichita State Shockers last night at Addition Financial Arena. The Knights lost to the Shockers by a final score of 58-75. UCF was unable to stop Wichita State's Eric Stephenson, who put up 27 points for the Shockers. Matt Milan helped the Knights pull within the 10 points in the second half, before Wichita State pulled away for good. Head coach Johnny Dawkins says his team needs to focus on ways to turn their season around rather than dwell on this result.
I believe in our guys. And so what we got to do is we got to find a way to turn our fortune around. And so that's all we're concentrating on right now. Nothing more, nothing less.
The Knights currently own a record of 4-8 in conference play, marking the worst conference record in program history at this point in the season. UCF's next game is at Cincinnati on February 19th. The UCF baseball team kicks off their season tonight versus Siena College. This will be the first of 4 games throughout the weekend. The Knights went 36-22 last season and 11-13 in conference play. The schedule this season will include some ranked opponents such as Auburn Tigers and the Miami Hurricanes. The Knights will look to the start of the season off on a strong note tonight. First pitch is set for 6 p.m. The UCF softball team returns to action tonight when they begin the Knights Classic Tournament. The Knights look to rebound after their disappointing 3-12 loss to the Washington Huskies earlier this week. After their loss, head coach Cindy Ball Malone said that a key component to improving and continuing to find their rhythm on offense. The team will host 4 games this weekend, starting tonight, when they play Iowa State. UCF will also play against both Villanova College and Iowa State on Saturday, and FAU on Sunday. The Knights enter the tournament with a record of 5-2. First pitch against Iowa State is set for 7 p.m. That's all the time we have for sports. Back to Kyle and Chris at the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine. So, Chris, it's a big weekend for UCF sports. What you got planned this weekend?
I'm going to be covering the baseball opener tonight. I mean, we have a lot of new players on this team. We just need to get things going. It might be a hard season because we also have to play Auburn as like the next series after this weekend, which is going to be a tough games for them on the road.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the players looking forward to starting their season, really ready to give it up for Day 15 tomorrow when they start and when they continue their season. Softball's got a big tournament. Even the women's basketball team's going to be playing this weekend.
Yeah, the women's basketball team has a big game against Cincinnati. UCF is still fighting for a top 2 or 3 seed for the NCAA for the conference tournament. So it's a big game on the line for them.
Yeah, that is really big. I think they have a real shot to get to those top couple seeds in the conference.
Yeah, KK Wright needs to continue to play well. I mean, she dropped 23 points last game, had 4 assists, and their defense held Houston to under 50 points and under 34% shooting. So that's very good defense.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's going to be really fun to watch. Anyways, guys, thanks. That's our time for right now, and thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our YouTube channel at UCF Knightly News.
And if you got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynews@ucf.edu. Thanks for watching and have a great day.